Oh, Melody, how nice. Thank you for calling into the show today. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm calling about my little girl we lost at the end of April. Sorry.
Oh,
I
Melody.
miss her so much. I miss her every day. And
Oh, gosh.
she came to me in a dream. I dreamed her before I ever met her. In the dream, she said, hi, my name is Echo. I'm your new dog. And then, like a week later, I found her in L.A., flew down there, picked her up. So we have this, like, amazing connection. And I wonder if I will meet her again or if we had past lives together.
Wow, I can't tell you, Melody, the amount of heart warmth that I'm feeling right now. Did she leave at a not at an old age?
Oh, she was very old, yes. Yeah, she was very old. She was 14, and she had a pretty tough last year of her life. We moved her to a condominium downtown Seattle, and she didn't have her yard and her dog door, and she
Right.
had, a lot of symptoms of old age.
Right, right. Because the energy that's coming through, though, the reason why I asked how old she was, the energy that's coming through is actually quite young feeling to me. It has a lot of youthful energy. It has a lot of, and I would say this would be a dog that might be, say, like around 2 or 3 years old as opposed to 14 or so. Um, Okay. Oh, that's interesting. All right. What she's saying to me is that, yes, you have had past lives with her, and the life that I'm picking up on, it wasn't this most recent life, but it was one that you had with her before, where you were of a very young age when she came into your life, and she was also of a very young age when she came into your life. So say for instance, it's interesting. It's almost like I'm getting this like twin thing going on, that you were the same age that she was when she came into your life in that previous time. Um, uh, in the previous life, Melody, it definitely feels like a farm setting. It feels rural to me. The numbers that they're flashing for me are like 1800 something, like 1850, 1860, something like that. I'm hearing Kansas. I don't know if that's where your family came from or if you have ancestors back there, but that was definitely a life back there. And she says to me in that particular lifetime, she actually, and again, rural, meaning farm, meaning I'm seeing like big combines and big, farm implements. And it feels, again, for a 2 or 3 year old child, this would be something where you could probably, might be a little dangerous, with like big equipment sort of a thing. And she's making me feel like she was just stuck to you like glue. And maybe that's where that feeling of this almost twin flame, definite soulmate relationship came from, because it felt like in that lifetime that was her job, her responsibility to basically keep you from harm, sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that was very much her role in the most recent lifetime we had. She was
okay.
definitely just put here to love me and, watch over me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, okay. Wow, that's just really an unusually strong heart bond. And she's also kind of a little bit forward thinking for me as well. And Melody, do you have children?
No.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
She
Well,
kind of felt like my child, She was like
okay.
my
Okay.
girl.
Well,
I always referred to her not as a dog, but a girl.
right. Well, and she is truthfully a girl, being female. And that's probably where that energy is coming in. And she wants me to say to you, Melody, that for her part, one of the most wonderful things about being with you in this lifetime, and it's so interesting that this should be the message today, because it was just yesterday that I was talking about on another radio show that we have human beings. Why don't we make that leap and call them animal beings as well, and kind of elevate them to our same status, because they are there, the same yet different. And she's making me feel like, Melody, that was one of the best things that you ever did for her, was to You still treated her like a dog, but for her and you saw that soul to soul connection and you honored that soul to soul connection and that you truly incorporated all of her sentient beingness into
Mhm.
your life and into your relationship with her. That's you.
I'm
You did.
glad.
Oh, absolutely. She says that she couldn't have been prouder being with you. She says that she knows that your passing was very difficult for her. And the thing that she's bringing up, Melody, have you done a celebration of life ceremony with her yet?
No, we talk to her every day. We put snacks by her box. We just miss her.
Okay. Do you have her ashes?
Yes.
Okay. I would invite you, Melody, when you feel like you're ready, because it's interesting because Echo's hackles are getting just a little bit raised. I think she feels like I'm going to ask you to do something that you're not quite ready for, and she's just like, be nice. And
Yeah.
so, and so I'm basically saying to her, it's okay. When you feel like you're ready, I would invite you to take just a little bit of Echo's ashes and put them outside. Doesn't have to be the whole amount of ashes because she's telling me that it's very
Mhm.
important to you to keep a hold of those. But it can just be a very small amount, like a teaspoonful or something like that. She's telling me, okay, this is interesting. And do you have trees around where you live?
Yes, there are trees. She, even though we live in the city, she enjoyed walking behind the building and sniffing the trees and the
Okay.
grasses. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. She's asking you to the song that's coming up, Melody. I love your name, by the way. Is tie a yellow ribbon. So she's asking you if you would put a yellow ribbon around one of the trees that she used to love to visit and place some of her ashes at the base of that tree. She says
Oh,
that it will help you and it will help her kind of complete the cycle of transition. And she says, knowing that she's part of her is being returned to the earth, because just like for us, and even more so with our animals and our animal companions, because they are so connected to the earth, to this energy, it is important to them to have a little piece of them returned at some point in time. And she's saying that she also she's making me feel, Melody, like she had a tendency to push you just a little bit when you needed to be pushed, maybe a little bit beyond your comfort zone. And she's saying that having that yellow ribbon out there is a very visual representation for you. And she's saying that, and it feels to me like putting her just a small amount of her ashes at the base of that tree is close enough to you, but at the same time, it feels like even taking that step, it feels like it would loosen the grip that I feel like grief has on not only your heart chakra, but also your throat chakra at this point in time. And I can feel it kind of going down a little bit further, and it feels like, and naturally so, this has been a very draining experience for you, just kind of energy wise. And so really releasing just a little bit of that. It doesn't mean that you have to change anything else that you're doing for her or for yourself at this point in time. But whenever you're ready, just doing that little bit of release, I think you're going to find is going to be, is going to provide you with some healing and some comfort.
that makes perfect sense. I really appreciate your insight. We
Oh,
knew it was the right time to help her transition, and we
yep,
felt positive about that. We felt like we did everything we could to make her comfortable, but
definitely so.
still,
I
I
know.
just can't quite get over the grief. So your advice is is perfect, and I will do exactly
Oh,
that. I so appreciate that.
oh, Melody, you're so welcome. And again, um, I don't say this very often, and I do have a number of people say I would give everything, anything to have this soul come back into my life again. I have to say, in your case, just because of the uniqueness of your bond, you do stand. I'm hearing I'm hearing 50%, 50-50 chance of having Echo come back in. And she's immediately saying if it's not her, it will be a member of her soul family. So
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
see, right. So when you get to that point, when, because I'm hearing it is a when, not an if, you will feel a connection like it is Echo, and it might be, but it also might be someone of her same soul family. So just kind of
That's
put that in the back of
cool.
your head and kind of take that forward.
That's very comforting. I can't thank you enough.
You're very welcome, Melody. Thanks so much for calling in.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.